Welcome back to BlastmanXS Gaming for another Division 2 build video.
Wander the city calling, here birdie birdie, here birdie.
Right, here is the breakdown of the build for the birdie tank. Specialization is Technician. We're using that for +1 skill tier and damage to robotics. The main weapon is the Scorpio, used to debuff enemies to help support your teammates. Secondary could be anything you like, but I used the first sight with Reformation. That helps repair the shield and the hive that I'm running in this build, and the sidearm is the TDI card custom, and I put Sledge on it because you can use this to throw a grenade and debuff enemies, helping your teammates as well. So this is really a support build. 4 pieces of Foundry Bulwark. 2 pieces gives plus 10% total armor. 3 pieces 1% regen and 50% shield health. And you see that I am running a shield with this build. 4 pieces makeshift repairs. Whenever you or your shield takes damage, 25% of that amount is repaired to both over 10 seconds. And I have this spec'd to blue cores, armor cores, and Hasbro, running a +10 disrupt mod. I'll get to that in a second. The Talent Vanguard grants 45% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies for 20 seconds. That's almost 900k with this build. This is Y'all for the +10% Hasbro, also blue, and the mod is +10 disrupt. The backpack, the start of this build here, is the BIRDIE Quick Fix backpack with a talent of Combat Medic, plus 80% revive speed, minus 50% weakened debuff timer, plus 45% hive efficiency, provides 50% damage resistance to both agents while reviving or being revived, and for 5 seconds after a successful hive revive, or 10 seconds after a manual revive. So you could throw your revive hive at teammates to get them up, but I'm not using the revive hive in this build. I'll get into that a bit later. Any successful revives provide a +1 skill tier for 5 seconds. Revives at skill tier 6 grant overcharge. So I have +2 skill tier on this build, and doing a revive gives +3 skill tier. The shield level is based on yellow and blue cores, and the secondary skill here is the booster hive. Now the booster hive gives a buff to your teammates of weapon handling and hazard protection. The buff right now with the expertise is plus 37%. All right, now just a quick look at the stats. Let's go down to defense. 1.9 million armor on the build. 19k armor regen. And 70% hazard protection. Now plus the 3 +10 disrupt mods brings it up to 100% disrupt resistance, which means that when you run this build, any skills that you're using or deploy are not affected by rogues or hunters, disrupts, or any other kind of disrupt that you may encounter, which is going to be key because your goal with this build is to be supportive to your teammates and res them and keep them going in the fight. That concludes the build breakdown. Let's get into the gameplay. Alright, this is the Kelso Manhunt, Roosevelt Island. You notice that everyone in the group has that bonus armor that I deployed from using Vanguard on the chest piece. There you go. Watch out for the mortars, they're constant. and they leave behind some poisonous gas. We're just calling it mustard gas, we don't know, but I'm also using the Scorpio to debuff enemies. And then as soon as I get that Vanguard back available to proc, I proc it. You'll see it right there. There you go. Alright, so just a lot of waves of ads here. We're waiting for the final encounter with the rogues. Alright, looks like Jack is down, but he's got his revive hive. If he didn't have that on, I could res him in about 2 seconds with the birdie back. So potentially you could run with teammates and they don't need to run that revive hive, as long as you stay up. Whoa, took a hit. Alright, we're gathering up here. It looks like there's one enemy left. Let's wait for him to get a little bit closer. See, 70% Hasbro. It really, the status effects don't really have much effect on this build. What we're looking for is using that 100% disrupt resistance. Alright, Ghost is going in. Alright, last guy's down. Now you notice the rogues spawned and they immediately came out with a disrupt, and you'll notice on the right side everyone's skills were disabled. Mine were not, so I put down the restore hive. Sorry, I put down the booster hive to give Hasbro weapon handling. So there's another jam. My skills are still working. Let's see if we can get this guy up top. So I'm still keeping that bonus armor going by deploying the shield every, I think it's 25 seconds. Now let's move up here a little bit and let's make ourselves a target just to entice them to come in through the gate. And we got one in. So Scorpio debuffing, helping everyone do the additional damage to that target. The booster hive is down, so I'll put it back out, and we got one. Alright, well thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I'm going to stay here and watch it with you. And don't forget to like the video, please. Helps out the channel, helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate that. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by Christmas. Enjoy.